Welcome to the Bullring presented by Turn 1 High Performance Steering Products. Their website is turn1steering.com. On this program, a lot to cover. A lot of ground, a lot of things to show you and tell you about, including what's to come. We have Adam Mackey joining us, who's going to preview the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway weekend. It's the final race of the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour schedule. We also have a young driver racing for the World Crown 300 Championship this coming Sunday. It's a one-race deal. It's been a crown jewel in the past, and it's certainly building towards that with $35,000 to win. He could even win $46,500 with bonuses by racing at Cordele Motor Speedway in Georgia several times this season, heading into this Sunday's big finale. We also were talking to a driver that's hot when it comes to drivers that were just 3 years ago racing for track championships in Virginia, like he was at Langley Speedway. Brenden Butterbean Queen joins us on the program on his way to a full-time NASCAR ride next year in 2026 in the NASCAR Class 3 Truck Series. We begin with Butterbean Queen right now. It's pretty cool we catch up with the hottest driver when it comes to short track racers that are going somewhere. He is going some places, baby. I'm telling you, Brenden Butterbean Queen, what an outstanding 2025 season. And here we are on the cusp of racing 2 races this weekend in Martinsville and going full-time NASCAR truck racing next year. Wow, what a ride you've been on. Welcome to the Bullring.
Hey, thanks for having me. It's been quite a journey. Not just this year, but the whole last, I guess, 20 years. I've been racing 21 years now, so getting old, but it's been a heck of a season.
For those who are not familiar with Brenden Butterbean Queen's efforts, I'm going to tell you there's a quick way to say it. I got a little graphic here. So 3 years ago, working in the rail yards, winning the Langley Speedway Track Championship. 2024, you get a lead podium, you get a chance to go racing, you win the Cars Late Model Stock Tour Championship. 2025, you get hooked up with PRG, a bunch of short trackers, and you win the ARCA Menard Series Championship, dominating that by winning Daytona of all things, the first race. And here we are, announced this week as a driver in the NASCAR Truck Series with Kaulig and the new RAM program. That sounds pretty impressive. Let's go back chapters at a time here. Short track racers are going to say, how do I get there? How do I get there? How'd you get from 2023 to 2024, for that matter, racing in the Cars Late Model Stock Tour, not having to work full-time jobs?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of sacrifice. Never give up on your dreams. Grind it out. Get up off your tail and work hard. I mean, 2022, I was working at the port, moving those boxes off the big container ships and just racing late model at home, and was going to probably be done racing, just couldn't get off work and money and all that. And just took a sacrifice and left my job. Obviously, I had some financial help from some sponsors to go do it and drive for Pulliam, but just a lot of sacrifice when I left that job, and really had no other option. I had to make it work. So I think that made me drive the way I did while I was in the Cars Tour, and made me even more hungry than I was. Not that I didn't want it bad enough, but just when that's the only option you got, you have to make it happen. And that kind of led to the Pinnacle Racing Group opportunity last year, or this past season. I say last year, we're still in it, but with our season being over, and what a run we went on. Obviously, went in Daytona to start it off. That was awesome and really cool. I won my first race with Lee Pulliam ever, and then I won my first race with PRG. So that was just a cool little fact.
And the great season you had some things involved in it. This past year, winning 8 of the 20 races in the ARCA Menard Series schedule, twice at Kansas, at Daytona. You got to race and win some short track races that are really cool to be part of. But in all that, you started racing again in NASCAR. In the Truck Series you ran in 2023, you got a chance to race Xfinity this year. You double dipped at IRP. What was that like, knowing what's ahead with maybe some more track time as soon as this weekend in Martinsville, racing both the Truck and Xfinity Series? But you ran ARCA and the Truck Series in the same night back at IRP. How was that challenge for you, knowing what may be coming ahead, or the performance you continue to have to prove that you can do it?
Well, the difference in that double and this double, it was a lot hotter at IRP, a lot hotter. And they were both back-to-back races on the same night. But I love it, right? Like, it's better than sitting at home wishing I was racing, but it was definitely going to be a lot hotter than it is at Martinsville. The biggest thing is just, being able to handle the jumping back and forth, and then like this weekend, just jumping from a truck to an Xfinity car, knowing which pit box I'm in for both races, running my pit lights. It's little stuff like that. You just got to refocus and realize you're in a different car, and maybe the gear's different for pit road, or the tack's different. But it doesn't hurt getting laps. So like this truck race Friday night is going to be very beneficial for me just to have more laps at this level at Martinsville. I've ran a lot of late model stock there, but the truck being heavy, bigger, drive like, the Xfinity car is going to be similar to that, but just with more horsepower. Drive a little differently, obviously, because it's a car, but all that's just different in a late model stock type of racing. And then also the pitting. Like I'm going to get more pit practice on Friday night where I need it for Saturday. Where late model stock, you don't have to worry about the pit road stuff as much. So it's cool doing that, and I never thought I would ever get a chance to do the doubles or anything like that, and to get to do it this year. Obviously, did the double at Kansas, the ARCA race, Xfinity race, and then the double at IRP, the double here this weekend with a truck and Xfinity. I'm just living the dream. It's like when I was growing up, used to watch Kevin Harvick and Keselowski and Kyle Busch and all them do all three races in the same weekend and stuff. So it's pretty cool to be a part of it.
Aspire Motorsports truck on the Truck Series, and I was really happy to say the first word that came out of my mouth was validation when I heard you were announced as the rest of the season driver in the Kaulig Xfinity Series ride in that car number 11 for the rest of the year, which really can give you a good foundation rather than saying when am I in, when am I not. But that's this weekend. That's a big challenge. Then you got some more races ahead of you, and racing not for a championship, but learning a ton before heading into a full-time deal next year. Oh man, I'm so excited for you. The RAM program, there's up to 5 teams coming out of Kaulig Racing next year, and you're the first guy announced. That's going to be exciting for us to find out. I'm sure you know a few more things that you can't tell us, but man, how stoked are you? I just can't get the words out because I'm so excited for you.
Just really shocked and excited, and everything you can think of that you can feel is going on. Obviously, everybody at Chevrolet was awesome to be a part of this year, and I love them, and no ill will or anything like that. It just was a good opportunity for me to take and to be the face of a manufacturer coming back into sport. I know I was a kid when they were into sport before, and remember watching them and watching what they did, and just really to be a part of history, on their return is going to be forever. You're forever going to be a piece of this on the return. So super cool. And then also just having the backing of a manufacturer and knowing that I'm one of the main ones is really cool because I just haven't been in that position before. So, we want to win, we want to perform, we want to make Ram feel like they've succeeded coming back. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be a lot of building. Obviously, yeah, there's a lot of things going on that I'm not allowed to talk about, but just super cool to be a part of building something and know my name's going to be involved, and knowing I have a multi-year deal is very cool. Something that is rare to get nowadays, which is cool. And knowing I was a hired driver and never done that in my life. So this is just a really cool opportunity that I worked hard. Um, Never thought I could breathe like this when I left the port, and now I can finally take a big breath and go, whew, it's paying off, and just excited to get to work. I mean, it's cool. I'm running to 11 the rest of the year for Colleague and getting to just work with the guys that are at the shop, be a part of the family, and learn how the culture is and how everything operates. And huge thanks to Matt Colleague and Chris Rice for giving me that opportunity, because they could have said, no, we'll just see you next year and go from there. But they're willing to put me in 11. We had Action Industries on board the last couple of races. We got Campers RVN this week. So just cool getting to work with some new partners and just living out the dream. I mean, no points on the line for me right now. I'm just racing for wins and, obviously close it out next week at Phoenix.
When it comes to your schedule, who keeps track of all that with you?
Oh, that's tough. I just was thinking about this right before I got on here. I was looking at my phone, and I had sat down for a minute when I got home, and I'm like, man, look at all these messages I got just in the last 20 minutes. And it's insane. Obviously I work, I'm under the Clear 28 banner with Brenden McReynolds and Corey, and everybody over there. They do such a good job helping keep me in line and make sure I'm doing what I need to do to be a better race car driver on and off the track. So I have a Google Calendar, and we're always punching things back and forth in there, and I can't do it without them. And then obviously now working at Colleague, having their PR people involved too. So we're just kind of trying to get used to who I'm talking to, when I'm talking to them, and making sure that I don't miss something that I need. Trying to line up interviews and shows and on track stuff and media. It's a lot that I, as a late model guy, didn't know I would ever be in this position, but I also soak it in and enjoy every minute of it.
And when it comes to the opportunity, A, thank you for saying yes, you could be on this program. But B, I also noticed that you aren't changed much. You haven't changed much, maybe just gotten busier. I got to be around some guys that ran the old ASA National Tour, including Jimmy Johnson. And people I say, what's he like? Did he change a lot when he got to race in NASCAR? And I can say right now, you're in the same mode that I think of as Jimmy Johnson as far as the personality. You don't just change, you're just getting busier. You know what I mean? You just got to figure out how to balance all that.
I would, and I hope it's okay to say this, but if I changed, I would hope somebody would pop me for it. Like my mom or dad or somebody yank me up and let me know, because that's not me. And I'm just, I tell everybody, like, especially with my Bean Nation fans, right? I'm one of y'all. Just the only thing is I got an opportunity to be on that side of the fence driving a race car. But other than that, I get up the same way I did 5 years ago, and the only difference is I'm not working at the port. I'm driving a race car. So I don't ever want to change that about me, and I'm proud of where I came from. I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm proud of being that guy representing the people like me that, work hard to go to the race and work hard to have, enjoy their time away from work. So I'm glad that they come and get to watch me do my thing on Friday, Saturday nights, whatever it may be.
We appreciate your time very much. I don't think there's any better way to end this than what you just said, man. We're pulling for you. We're cheering for you. You will always be one of us, the short track racing people. And looking forward to seeing how you do this weekend and on forward, man. It's a bright future, but I know you're going to earn it, and you've earned it to this point, and you're going to shine. Thanks a lot for your time here in the Bullring.
Hey, thanks again for having me. It's a pleasure.
It's time on the Bullring to go around the horn, highlighting race winners and champions from across America. Much more to come on the Bullring. The Bullring is presented by Turn 1 High Performance Power Steering Products. With over 40 years of racing knowledge in NASCAR, for your Corvette, street car, or super late model, check out their superior steering products with the best components and the best industry upgrades, all with a proven track record and attention to detail. Visit turn1steering.com.
They said I wouldn't make it without a college degree.
They said only a man could be a roofing executive.
They said a former addict always relapses.
They said my amputation would keep me out of roofing.
They said never give an ex-convict a second chance.
They said I could never be a leader.
They said I couldn't support my family as a single mom.
At Rackley, we say they're wrong.
Want to change the world? Change it, one roof at a time.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
We're the leader in race fuels. We've been doing this since in the 60s. We use our distillation tower, which is unique. No other race fuel companies do that in the world. We also test every single batch that goes out the door on over 15 different parameters that ensure the tune-up will be identical. that consistency in the marketplace that makes us a premium brand.
Make the same stuff every time. We're pretty darn close to perfect.
Welcome back to the Bullring, a short track racing podcast. The World Crown 300 returns to the 3/8 mile Cordele Motor Speedway in Georgia. If you cannot attend in person, coverage of all the action can be seen on Racing America. Welcome back to the Bullring. I'm Jim Tretow, joined by a driver who was the first entry on the list when it came to the World Crown 300 entry list for this weekend's big races in Cordele, Georgia at Cordele Motor Speedway. Colin Allman, welcome to the Bullring. How are you tonight?
Doing good, guys. Thanks for having me.
How's the prep going? I know you had a race just a week and a half or so ago. Did well there, finished top 5, but now it's time to think about World Crown 300 and that big payday.
Oh yeah. We've been working hard. It's been a lot of work. Swapping all the fluids, making sure everything's good to go. Like I said, it's been a lot of work. I work full time, so tinker with this thing 3 or 4 hours a night and get it as prepared as we can, and hopefully we can. Have a good showing. Had a good showing there last race at Cordele there, and just went through our notes and making sure that we had everything right and everything where it needs to be. And track's going to change a little bit from where we were there in September, but hopefully we can unload with a good baseline.
So you ran back-to-back days, races on Labor Day weekend. What do you think? What has changed since those two races, the 75 lapper and the 125 lapper that you did pretty well at over those 2 days of racing?
Yeah. It's going to be cooler for sure. And there's going to be more cars there. I think we had about 16, 17 there for the twins. And we're going to have, looks like we're going to have 25, 26 of them there this weekend. So the track's going to rubber up more. So track's going to rubber up more, especially with it being 300 laps. And we'll just have to stay on top of the racetrack. It's going to go through changes throughout the weekend. And hopefully we stay on top of it and have a good showing.
By my math, which don't trust me on my math, you've raced at Cordele like 14 times in a super late in the last 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah,
but last year's World Crown 300 was kind of renewal of all this. Yeah, World Crown 300 was like brought back to Cordele, brought back to life after about a 10-year absence from when Gresham last held it. What was the difference for you then, and what are you taking as notes to say, I now know what I can expect for the longest race I'll run there all year?
Well, we struggled there for those we probably struggled there for 10 of those 14 races, right? We finally got a good baseline last year, working with Ty and Toby and everything, and all the guys at Toby Race Products. We struggled there for a few years. My first race there was in 2017, I believe, or 2018, and that was with our older clip and older geometry and everything. And when we updated it, we struggled. And luckily, over the last year or so, working with Toby and Ty, we got a good baseline going, and we hit on something last year at the World Crown. We should have ended up 6th that race, I believe, but we got stuck a lap down the second stage after some stagger issues. But no, we had a really good race car, the 300, and we've kind of worked on it throughout this year. I think the first race up there this year, we finished 5th, obviously on a different tire, American Racer tire, and then now we're back on the Hoosiers. So that threw us a little bit of a curveball for the September race, the first one on Friday night. We struggled there with went with our American Racer setup that we've been working on, and had to switch over some things to get it right for the Hoosiers. But no, we've been steadily getting it better, and hopefully a couple tweaks, and we can compete for a World Crown 300 win.
Well, the good news is your best finish at Cordele came the last time you raced there in September.
Yeah.
You finished second to Jake Garcia in the 125 lapper. What is the biggest difference, without giving us too much information, with Ty Majeski and Toby Noodleman racing pretty much exclusively on Hoosiers? What's the biggest change you've had to make racing both tire manufacturers this year in super lates?
Well, it's funny because we went back to what we've been running on the Hoosiers all year at like Pensacola, like that kind of baseline. You know what I mean? So it was it's basically what we've ran standard throughout all the Hoosier races. American Racer likes a little bit something different for Cordele from my experiences, but with the Hoosier, we went back to our standard baseline that we've been running everywhere else that we run Hoosiers at. So it actually kind of worked out.
All right, so I'm going to blast some names at you, and I'm not just making this up. They are entering this Saturday's, World Crown 300. Colin Allman, you, Jake Garcia, Michael Atwell, Jet Nolan, Stephen Nasse, Boris Yurkovic, Matt Craig, Hudson Halder, Harrison Halder, Dustin Smith, Seth Christensen, George Gorman Jr., Jake Finch, Johnny Sauter, Gavin Bushell, Colby Howard. These guys are studs, man. You got your hands full this weekend, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Them guys are always tough. They're always tough to compete with. Like I said, it's just me and my dad working in the shop every night, and we try to go compete with them. And we've been lucky this year to have good race cars, and we've worked our butts off for it. You know, it's not all luck, but luck plays into racing as well, and we know that. And we're just lucky to have really good race cars right now. And like I said, a testament to Toby and Ty they've never worked on my cars. I just threw their spindles and geometry on and talked to them and bounce ideas off of them. And the cars have been really good this year. And like I said, hopefully we finished second to Jake that last time there. Thought we had a better car in the long run. The short run, he got us there at the end. But hopefully we can make the right adjustments from the last race to coming up this weekend and have something for them.
Colin, you've got a lot of racing this year. You got bagged a couple of victories, South Alabama Speedway and at Freedom Factory in Super Late races. So you've got a couple of trophies gathering up on the shelf behind you there in the shop. But I also want to talk about the focus of this weekend and the World Crown 300 and how special it is. It's $35,000 to win, but you've raced at Cordele several times this year. Yep. How is that going to help you when it comes to maybe additional dollars coming your way for finishing first, second, or third?
Makes it a little bit more stressful for me. No, it'd be huge. Like I said, I've been ever since. I think the last race we ran was Mobile. So as soon as we got home from Mobile, I started prepping for this one because I knew this was the next one we were going to. And like I said, change all the fluids, get all the nuts and bolts where they need to be, and it makes it a little bit more stressful on the crew chief and car chief side, where you got to make sure that everything's buttoned up and ready to go, and nothing's going to fall off in 300 laps. You know, that's a long race, and like I said, and then on the crew chief side of things, you got to keep up with the racetrack, and then driving, you got to keep up with the racetrack, see where the rubber's going, see where the cars are moving around, because Cordele you can move around quite a bit and still make speed. Like you can run the top in 3 and 4 and make speed, and track's going to go through some changes throughout 300 laps, so it makes it more enticing to go after it. You know what I mean? Like for us, like that'd be a huge payday if we could pull it off and win that thing. That'd be huge for our program. I mean, we probably don't spend half of that what we could win at the World Crown in a year. You know what I mean? So it would definitely help us keep going. We work our butts off to do this, and like I said, it'd be really rewarding, especially with all the names that are going to be there, and then all the names that have won the World Crown before us. You know, like thank goodness they brought it back, because that's a race that I really wish I could have raced at Gresham. You know, but now since Gresham's no longer around, at least Cordele picked it up, and we can keep that race going, and hopefully it keeps getting bigger years to come.
Colin, I'm glad you mentioned that, because I saw the event T-shirt design, and I'm telling you, let's take a look at some of the select winners of the World Crown 300 over the course of time. I'll read them off as the graphic pops up on our screen. Jack Tricker won the first one. Gary Ballou, Darrell Waltrip won it twice. Mike Cope, Freddie Query, Paul Kelly, Chase Elliott, Casey Roderick, and the guys that aren't even on that list include Mike Eddy, Rich Bickle, and Scott Wimmer from Wisconsin, Ronnie Sanders, who you got to race with this year, and Preston Peltier from Colorado. That's a heck of a list, man. They all want to win this thing, and you got a chance to bag them like a $45,000 if all goes your way.
Yeah, no doubt. It'd be really cool, especially with Ronnie being a past winner. You know, got to race with him once this year and practice his car at Pensacola for Jake, and while he was at Talladega. And it'd be really cool just to put our name with that list of people. You know, like I said, Ronnie's a great guy. He's a legend of the sport, and I was just blessed enough to be able to drive for him one time. And hopefully he's there, and hopefully we can get in victory lane and get a picture with him.
Yeah, for sure. Get a picture made, as they say. The Pro Trucks are also racing this weekend with the World Crown Super Lates. I do want to go back to, you said your crew is you and your dad. Mm-hmm. It's special to compete at this level, but also takes a lot of effort, especially with a long race like this one. How do you surround yourself with people you can trust, knowing you and your dad are clicking, but you have to expand that circle to make sure you guys are in contention for that full distance?
Yeah, no doubt. I got my buddy Ryan Walters and George Ingram coming to help. They actually helped us at Cordeal the last Twins that we were up there, and they're great help. They know their way around a race car, and I can tell them to do anything that I need to do, and they can do it. My buddy Jacoby is the same way. He doesn't get to come a lot, but he's off of work this weekend, so we can get him to come help with the pit stops. And like I said, I can trust all three of them guys to do whatever I need them to do because they've worked with me a couple times. They actually helped me earlier this year as well for the car store race. So they've worked with me a couple times now, and we click pretty well together as a group. We all get along. We all have a good time when we go to the races. And like I said, it's definitely tough. It was tough for me the first couple times getting a little bit of help because it's like I'm used to doing everything myself, and it's like my buddy Jacoby would yell at me like I'm here to help, So it'll be different this weekend, like having some actual guys that can do some stuff, and I can kind of sit back and focus on the race car, and I don't have to, worry about. I can get guys to get tires mounted and aired up and get them to size them, and I can focus on the race car and try to get the race car better.
It's a lot of work to do, and it's only a 5-hour drive for what I think is one of your home tracks. You've raced there probably more than any other track you've run at. When it comes to Cordeal, it's a 3/8 mile. You said it'd be cooler conditions, but for fans tuning in on Racing America or fans that are going to be sitting in those stands on Friday night to see you practice, qualify, and race on Saturday night, what are your thoughts about what they should look for? What are you looking for tendency-wise right now to get your car right where it needs to be in practice, then for the race?
I think it's going to tighten up quite a bit. The field's going to be tight no matter what. I mean, track position is going to be big there, but at least at Cordeal, you can move around. You can go to the third, fourth groove sometimes and race up there, you know what I mean, and make speed. So there's going to be a lot of side-by-side racing, a lot of action. It's going to be a blast inside the cockpit, and I always love racing Cordeal because, like I said, you can move around. If your car's not handling perfect on the bottom, you can move up and make speed up there, and that's what racers love, and that's why we all love Cordeal because, like I said, you can pick 3 to 4 different lanes in 3 and 4 and figure out how to pass somebody, and it'll be a lot of action, and the fans. I think the fans will love it. Like I said, especially with the competition that's coming, man, the entry list has rolled in this last week. We were kind of like, all right, well, where's the rest of the guys coming, and then they start rolling them in. I'm like, oh, there they are. All right, we're gonna have a great field of cars, great competition. The field's gonna be really tight, and there's gonna be a lot of action, side by side racing, and hopefully a lot of clean racing and hard racing, and we can all go home at the end of the night and have a good time, no matter the results, and go home with clean race cars.
Colin, I appreciate your time tonight on the Bullring. I know we can follow you on socials. Colin Allman, 1 L in Colin, 2 L's in Allman. It's great to have you on. I've seen your race before. I've seen how hard you work at it, and I know you get respect by the racers, and it's playing out well for you. And I'm glad you get to go to a track to race for some big cash. Will you see you anywhere else this season before, say, January and Speedfest back at Cordeal in January?
So we'll be at the next race after this one will be Freedom Factory for the Bigley Memorial, and we'll be at the Snowflake 100 in December.
Sounds great. We'll see you there. Thanks a lot for your time tonight on the Bullring.
Appreciate it.
Colin Allman joining us. He's racing this weekend in the World Crown 300. It's coming your way on Racing America. Friday night practice and qualifying, Saturday pro trucks, and the $35,000 to win, or in Colin's case, $46,500 to win if he gets all the bonuses right. The World Crown 300 coming your way on Saturday evening. Colin, thanks again for your time. We wish you well, and looking forward to seeing you race really hard this weekend in Georgia.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Colin Allman joining us here on the Bullring. The list of World Crown 300 winners since 1983 include American short track royalty. And we'll see Saturday night who's joining them on the back of the event t-shirt. Catch the Cohen Law Group World Crown 300 presented by Nolan's Roofing at Cordeal Motor Speedway in Georgia this Friday and Saturday on Racing America. Still to come on the Bullring, Winchester 400 highlights and a full weekend preview of the All-American 400 weekend in Nashville with Adam Mackey. This is the Bullring.
We get to meet other drivers, team members, and people come up to you in the pits and say thank you, and I'm glad you're here. And it's more positive than you've probably heard in a long time. We just want you to get out and understand that there are people who care. Our Safe 22 Motorsports program is made up of partnerships with many disciplines and experience to everyone. And you might get to rents, you might not. And what I can guarantee you're gonna do is not sit inside your own self-pity, and you're gonna have a good time.
Legacies aren't built overnight. They're built 1 second at a time. never taking a lap off, and always pushing the limits. K1, helping you build your legacy from the beginning.
This corner isn't just a car lot, it's where stories begin. First jobs, first road trips, creating memories and starting new chapters. For the dreamers, the doers, the ones building something of their own, we've got you too. Because at Car Corner, it's not just about getting a car, it's about where that car will take you.
Looking to start a new career path in motorsports or searching for something new in your racing journey? Racer Jobs is your destination for providing the most current job openings from top racing teams, manufacturers, sanctioning bodies, and suppliers. Whether you're a budding race engineer, a seasoned mechanic, or a marketing ace, we consistently refresh our listings with new roles that could meet your ambitions. Looking for a great candidate as an employer? Then tap into our Racer Jobs audience and database to find that perfect candidate. Go to racerjobs.com today.
Why not give your grill the deep clean it deserves? The CitraSafe Grill Cleaner Complete Bucket Kit has everything you need to get your grill spotless, inside and out. Powered by natural citrus, CitraSafe cuts through the toughest grease and grime safely and easily. No harsh chemicals, no hassle. Recipes taste better on a clean grill.
Welcome back to the Bullring presented by Turn 1 High Performance Steering Products. Their website, look for this logo at turn1steering.com. Some great products there as well. The ASA CRA Super Series wrapped up their season at Winchester Speedway over the weekend. Congrats to Cole Butcher, who won the ASA CRA Super Series title by a single point over Gavin Bushell with his third place performance in the co-sanctioned Winchester 400. And here's the race highlights from the 56th running of the Winchester 400, which was also race number 11 of the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour.
The pace truck is pulled in. Don Gregory, the dignitary driving that truck, pulls down a turn 4 to pit road. Off of turn number 4, Billy Van Meter of Indiana and Wisconsin's Ty Majeski lead us to the green flag of the 54th running of the Winchester 400. Badger State driver and Albert Francis. Albert Francis in the wall.
Oh, and Grigsby makes contact up against the outside wall. Everyone else going to be able to make it by. Grigsby
coming back to the green on lap 50 of the Winchester 400, presented by Boers Welding and Steel off of turn 4 through the Racing Electronics restart zone. We're back on the green at Winchester.
Well, guys, when you get a restart like that off of turn 4, it doesn't matter which lane you start. You're going to leave the field and have your choice of lane by the time you get to turn 1. Ty Majeski's used to making those restarts happen just like that. And here's what Derek Thorne's doing. You see where he's running, Ted? He's running up against the wall. He's one of those drivers, the 96 of Thorne. He's put it up against the wall in 1 and 2, and he's doing the same thing down in 3 and 4 as we watch it here on our coverage on Track TV.
And Ty Majeski wins stage 1 of the Winchester 400, brought to you by Fire Suppressant Solutions.
Yeah, guys, there's already a traffic jam down here. We've got Carson Brown trying to get into his pit. Casey Klein overshot his, so we're going to rearrange some of this traffic. Ty Majeski's crew ready to go to work on the 91. They're already adding fuel down there.
We talked about the outside lane, Majeski choosing the inside, but when you have a really good race car like Butcher, he's going to be able to make it work down in 1 and 2, and he made it work real well. Shot by to the outside, new leader, first time today, Cole Butcher. And Majeski makes a big run in turn 4. He's pulled alongside, nearly had the lead at the line. Butcher scored as the leader, side by side through 1 and 2. Does Shannon get in the way? Butcher a great run off of turn 2. Cole Butcher going to be able to hold on to the lead for the time being.
Issues for Gavin Bushell.
And Ty Majeski has taken the lead across the line, a lap 2:04, new leader, a previous leader in this race, Ty Majeski.
But the driver just number
big hit.
Race products.
Stephen Allman right in front of Cole Butcher, and Dawson Sutton right front broke. Yes. Or went down. Probably.
Yeah, Jim, they've already gone to the left side, 2 tires on the left. Looks like they're going to try to patch up that damage on the right. Going to put some scuff tires on the right side as well while they're down here. But this car has been very loose all day long. I've seen him dancing off of turn 4.
Well, you notice that time Majewski chose the outside lane. He didn't go to the bottom because he knows Butcher's good in that second groove on the restart. Previously, when he chose the inside lane, Butcher was able to get around him. In second place, changing hands, Dawson Sutton up to P2. Winner from Toledo at the Glass City 200. Third place battle. Moving over to the bottom of the racetrack is Cole Butcher. Derek Thorne was there. He was faster, and Butcher moves over. Says, go ahead and take it for now. My car's not the greatest right now. As Thorne, he's running that outside lane up against
he hit the wall there.
That's the
Is
lane
this every
he's
lap
running.
or just that
yes,
lap?
every lap. Look at him. He's running way up at the top of the track.
Stage 2 has come to an end. Brought to you by Turn 1 Performance Steering. Turn 1 High Performance Steering sponsoring Stage 2, and the bonus that goes to Ty Majewski, $500.
Here's we got Ty Majewski coming in. Talk to crew chief Cody Glick. They're going to put 4 tires on it, add some fuel, get them to the end. They're going to put 1 round in, well, not 1 round, but they're going to make an adjustment on the right side track bar and also put a right rear spring rubber in this car to tighten him up just a little bit.
Could this be the final run to the gun at Winchester? Off of turn 4 to the Racing Electronics restart zone. Majewski and Sutton to decide it near turn 1.
How tight is that between Van Meter and Thorne heading down the backstretch into the corner. Thorne into the wall again this time. He slows down in turn 4. Might have more severe damage this time. Derek Thorne.
Ted, you referenced it in our pre-race show. Ted Musgrave was talking about the first time
Trouble
here
on
and
the
the
front
second
stretch.
time here. Oh, here we go. Pinson's around. Big time. Oh, that was Majewski just getting past. Whew.
Right in front of the leader, too. Coming off of turn 4. Left rear down on Chase Pensino's number 14 car. We saw him a little while ago.
Ty Majewski already in his pit stall. We are in the Cole Butcher pit. They've got 4 sticker tires ready to go on this car. Scuffs all around on the 91. They had 3 sets of scuffs in their pit stall. 2 sets of scuffs, 1 set of stickers. They saved the stickers for the last run. Crew chief Johnny Van Dorn said, we've been in dirty air all day. That's hampered the handling of this race car. We think we're pretty good. Tires only have 35 laps on them. I don't think changing tires is going to help us all that much. We think track position will help the handling of this race car. He doesn't know that they've got a car to win, but he's thinking this might get them a much better finish than had they come down and pitted and resumed back in the back half of the top 10.
Back to Winchester Speedway, 61 laps to decide who is going to win the Winchester Rifle. Back to green through the Racing Electronics restart zone. Blake Rowe, the race leader, the red car on the outside. Stayed out on the racetrack, fresh tires and a fresh run down the backstretch. Give it to Majewski.
We'll see if Blake Rowe can weather this storm. We know Majewski's fast. He takes the lead. Butcher now all over Rowe for the number 2 position. Rowe's tires only 35 laps old, but the difference with fresh rubber looks to be pretty important for right now. Cole Butcher taking second. Here comes Sutton for third. And not what Majewski wanted or needed there, as you see the field slowing for yellow. Caution is out. 15 laps to go. Do not see any slowed cars.
On fresh rubber. It's down to it. Through the Racing Electronics restart zone. Majewski, a great restart off of turn 4.
Well, he did what you needed to do. You get that kind of restart, you don't have to worry about the guy on the inside. In fact, Sutton loses second and falls back to third, and that's a huge break for Ty Majewski.
Here we come. The last lap was brought to you by Holly, and it's going to be belonging to Ty Majewski, the winner of the Winchester 400.
But in any case, Ty Majewski coming home, the winner here in the Winchester 400. We talked about it in the pre-race. You are trophy hunting now. This is a pretty good trophy to hang on your shelf, isn't it?
Man, this is the one I've wanted for a while. Michael Hine Racing gave me an opportunity to come here and run their car back in 2023 when we were battling for the ASA Championship. And it's been such a great partnership with them. They're a great family, a group of great people, and they have great race cars. Huge thank you to Cody and everybody at Hamke for preparing this race car. And Toby's here helping out all my Midwest guys. Certainly a correlation of 2 great teams working together. Had a great weekend last weekend at Oktoberfest with Michael and myself, and to come here and win Winchester 400 is pretty cool. This is one of the crown jewels I've wanted, and finally got it here today.
And we're now joined by the guy I get to call all these cool races with in the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour, Adam Mackey. Adam, welcome back to the Bullring. What an exciting race we had at Winchester.
Oh, great racing. Just the whole feel of that Winchester weekend was something special, you know, from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, all 3 days, great car counts, great racing, great crowds. Just a really good feel weekend for everybody involved.
And it really sets us up for the rest of the season, because I know Nashville, there's a lot of the same feels, but that's going to be our championship weekend. When it comes to the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour, one more big weekend, crowning weekly champions like we did at Winchester, but crowning them at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Let's take a look at the top 5 in points right now, where they're sitting. Any surprises you see, Adam, with Cole Butcher solidly up front?
No, I don't know that there's any real surprises there. I think Carson Brown being a rookie and second in points. Dawson Sutton is on a roll right now. I'm telling you, he's last 3 finishes have been in the podium, and I think that's going to continue at Nashville. It's his home track. Watch for him to be tough to beat for not only the pole but for the race on Sunday of that weekend. So maybe no real surprises in the top 5. I think maybe if you look back before the start of the season, you would say there are some surprises that aren't in the top 5. Guys like maybe Bubba Pollard, Derek Thorne, Stephen Nasse, guys you would expect as veterans to be up there. But, you know, they had some bad luck, some struggles that kept them out of a chance to do that. So some other guys stepped up, some of the younger talent that's on the series, and that's a good sign too.
Yeah, Kyle Steckley has yet to win in his second season here in the series, but more importantly, there's a lot of growth. I see a lot of great interest in car count going up. I see a lot of interest in the NASCAR drivers still racing with the series. Overall, we're seeing Colby Howard rip one off and win. We also saw Carson Brown win in Wisconsin in his rookie season. There's a lot of takeaways for the strength of the series this season, and I'm expecting nothing less than a few more stars to show up at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the car count's going to be in the 30s, which is great. It's going to be a good field at Nashville, and we know the strength of the field this year. Even if we had 16 cars like we did at Newport, that race was amazing. The strength of the field, every place we've gone this year has been outstanding, the best of any of the first 3 years we've had the series, and that's a great sign, and I think Nashville's really going to be strong.
So the Nashville All-American 400 weekend is actually November 6, 7, 8, 9. I think you have to get there on Thursday because guess what? We have a party at Kid Rock's place downtown to set the stage for what's going to be an awesome weekend of racing. That's Thursday evening already. Then going into Friday, there's a lot of championships yet to be decided. Very close points races as well for the quarter-mile racers at Nashville. All part of our coverage here on Track TV.
You know, Friday night, you know, I've been down there for all of the races this season and helped with their local racing, whether it be the quarter-mile or the 5/8. And there are a lot of tight point battles. The Pest Doctor front runners, in fact, have a 2-point battle going in. Then they've got 3 different point battles in the legend car classes. We've got, you know, the Pierce stocks going to be running on the quarter mile. The limited late models always put on a great show at Nashville.
I think that's 1 point, Adam. Yeah.
Oh, 1 point difference there. Jonathan Dishman, second place in
Yeah.
points. Nicholas Formosa leading the points. That's going to be a great battle. Dishman always capable of winning. Formosa has come off of a win on the most recent race. So they're going to see a great show. I would recommend getting to Nashville on Friday sometime or even Thursday. Join us at the Kid Rock's party on Thursday night. But the Friday racing is going to be outstanding. It starts at 6:30. And, you know, you can get a ticket for 3 days of racing there, including the All-American 400, for just $50. That's a crazy good deal. $50 for all 3 nights and get to see the quarter mile excitement on Friday night. And then, of course, CRA Street Stocks, the Pro Late Models. You get to see Saturday, as well as the Vors Compact Touring Series. And then Super Late Models, the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour on Sunday.
Yeah, there's qualifying and practice for both the Pro Late Models, which is also joined by the Jeg CRA All-Stars on Saturday. They're racing Saturday night in the All-American 100. There's a lot of racing going on over 3 days. You mentioned that great ticket price. Is StarsNationalTour.com the best place to go for information about the race and for tickets?
Yeah, StarsNationalTour.com. Go to the schedule and then click on Nashville's date, or you can go to NashvilleFairgroundsSpeedway.racing, and you can get all the info on there as well. We're putting out posts daily, of course, on the Stars Facebook page, as well as the Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway Facebook page. So 2 great places to go as well, social media-wise, with updates on driver entries as they start to be announced, even though we've got a great entry list already put together.
Adam Mackey is saying we a lot because he's involved with the ASA Stars National Tour operationally on a daily basis. Track Enterprises also oversees, where Adam works, is also overseeing the weekly racing at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. And there's history there, man. When you walk in the place, you know it's something special. That 5/8 mile has put on some great races, and it will be again for the 3rd straight year, the finale for for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour, a 300-lapper on Sunday afternoon. If you can't get there before Sunday, the drivers are all lined up, the cars are lined up on the front stretch. You just kind of let it sink in. The sun peeks through the clouds. It's been a nice warm day the last couple of years, maybe a jacket or two, or come with some cash to buy some cool swag. So it really kind of builds up to Sunday and the All-American 300 race for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars. And I'm telling you that Dawson Sutton might have something to prove at his home track. Last year he was just a rookie in this series, but he also claimed the weekly championship when it came to the Pro Late Models just 1 year ago. So a lot has gone on in that Tennessean's career the last 12 months. It's going to be great to see him come back to his home track.
And not only, I think he's carrying some of the momentum that he has with the Super Late Model as of late, winning a Southern Super Series race lately, running well and winning with the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour. And now we're watching Dawson Sutton run better in the trucks. Some of his best finishes have come in the last few races in the truck series. So it's all turning around. It's all coming together. He's carrying that confidence. And now he's going to his home track, Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway, where he won 4 or 5 races last year, a season ago when he was a full-timer there, and won a championship. I think he's the favorite going in. But man, Nashville, much like Winchester, we saw Winchester, the lanes change during the race and drivers trying multiple lanes. Nashville can be like that too. You'll see him move up the track a little bit as the race goes on and the tire wear takes place. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Over the course of history, you saw the Waltrip brothers come out of that racetrack. We saw the Green brothers come out of that racetrack. We see guys like Mark Day still racing at the fairgrounds. We still see Chad Chaffin's name on occasion. We still see guys racing there at the 5A Mile. But there's also a NASCAR driver coming back to the All-American 400 to bag another big trophy. That's Ty Majeski, the full-time NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series driver. He won the Winchester 400, and his interview in Victory Lane concluded with, "I'll see you in Nashville." So I think there's going to be some exciting things going on for that young driver, Ty Majeski, coming back to race at Nashville for yet another signature trophy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Ty is going to be, one of the favorites, just like Dawson Sutton is. Anytime Ty Majeski shows up, arguably the best super late model racer in the country over the last 10 years. And you can see why the multiple championships with the Midwest Tour, the championship in the inaugural season of the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour. Big wins whenever he shows up. He's won Winchester now. He's won multiple snowball derbies. I mean, you just keep adding to his resume, and now he's a part-time super late model racer, and when he shows up, he continues to win and be the favorite. So, Ty Majeski, he's carrying momentum as well.
And Adam, as we look at the closure of our third season now at the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour, we can look back at all the races on Track TV and the on-demand portion. But more importantly, as this series has progressed, it's held true to where if you're going to race in this series, you can't be good, you've got to be great. You either have to win something when you get there or perform. We see young drivers like Casey Klein out of the state of Washington come and race with the series. Not all the time, but when he comes, he is fully prepared. 2 race cars, everything's got to be right. And that team is learning as they go through it. That young teenager learning a lot, racing against some of the best, no matter who they are, from short track racers in the country.
And I've been impressed. You mentioned Casey Klein from the Northwest. All of a sudden, it's starting to click for him, too. He's finishing races, staying out of trouble. He had some bad luck early in the season, tore up a couple of race cars, and he's had on and off bad luck, tearing up cars, not of his own doing necessarily, but Casey Klein, he's coming around. I mean, he's been strong just about everywhere he's gone as of late, so we'll keep an eye on the one as well.
And in terms of drivers that you're looking at, where are they going to next? I mean, we've had Brenden Butterbean Queen on the show who's racing in NASCAR next year in a Dodge Ram. There's also drivers like Cole Butcher who's making his foray back into the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series. This is a landing platform for several to get noticed, whether they're tied to a signature manufacturer like Toyota or Chevrolet or Ford, or the chassis manufacturer. It really has come to fore that the chassis guys and the manufacturers all want to play in the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour.
Yeah, it's definitely getting a lot of recognition. The ASA name, obviously synonymous with the American Speed Association over the years, the big national tour that was around for so long and then went away for a long time, the name you didn't hear about. And I think in this last year, especially this year, with the Rackley Roofing Platinum program and how well that's gone, and we had a good core group of 15 full-timers start the season. Yes, not all of them have made it to the finish, and we didn't expect all of them to make it to the finish. It's a tough, grueling 12-race season, a lot of travel involved when bad luck happens, whether it be with an injury like Bubba Pollard and missing some races, or whether it be just with some struggles and, you got to regroup and focus on some of the big races. We've lost a few of the guys, but the core group is still there, and even the guys that we lost as far as full-timers go, they're still joining us for a lot of the bigger races like the All-American 400, where we expect to see most of those guys there.
And there's a lot of pride in the line as well when you become now a regular in the A Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour. You have the right to say, I am with the best, I'm racing for points, but also these interlopers, if you will. Even Matt Craig, what a great challenger he is, raced in his first Winchester 400 last race out. Those experienced guys saying, I want to have a challenge. I want to challenge myself against some of these best and some of these signature racetracks. We get to go to Toledo Speedway. We got to go to Anderson Speedway this year. Ending the season with some crown jewel races like Winchester and Nashville. That certainly, I think, plays ahead to what we could hopefully expect and repeat and build on for next season already, right?
Well, there's definitely a lot of staple events on the series each year, and there's going to be a couple new events added next year and a couple events that we've had over the last couple of years we may not be going back to next year. It's still expected to be a 12-race season. It's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of the main races that draw great crowds like Winchester will be back, of course. But you'll see a couple different twists on the schedule in 2026, so we're looking forward to that as well.
And the excitement of intertwining the ASA national brand, the national tour, with racing with the Southern Super Series for 5 races this year, with racing 4 to 5 times in combined events with the ASA CRA Super Series. That also brings in the fold, which I really enjoyed watching you work through the PA system and on our feed at Winchester, the CRA Late Model Sportsman Division. You've also got the CRA Street Stocks. It's really cool. And the Boris Compact Touring Series. And in the Midwest, we have the Midwest Truck Series. These are great series that are kind of feeding into this as well, saying, I'm playing with the big-time guys. I'm going to go racing that someday. And we found some of that maturation already.
Yeah, Winchester was great to get to see all of the different series, and we're going to see many of them again with the JEG CRA All-Stars Tour at Nashville. We're going to get to see the Super Series, obviously, and we're going to get to see the CRA Street Stocks on Saturday night. That's one of the best CRA Street Stocks races each and every year is the one on Saturday night during All-American Weekend. The last time we were down there, just a few weeks ago, beginning of October, we had a Street Stock race that wasn't a CRA-sanctioned event, and still had a great car count. I think we were around 16 or 17 cars, which is pretty good for street stocks right now. They're kind of in a tough period where we've lost a few cars here and there. But it was really a strong field for a non-sanctioned race, and I think this one on the Saturday night of All-American Weekend will be really good as well.
All right, Adam, let's put a bow on this. How do we get tickets, and when do things all kick off at Nashville?
Well, they all kick off at Nashville with the party at Kid Rock's on Broadway on Thursday night at 6 o'clock. Thursday, November 6th, and then we move over to Nashville on November 7th to the racetrack downtown, and we're going to go racing at 6:30 on Friday night with all the local divisions on the quarter mile, and it's rough and tumble action. It will all culminate at the end of the night with the Paschal Heating and Air Limited Late Models. That will be a lot of fun. And then on Saturday, we go racing Saturday afternoon with CRA Street Stocks, JEG CRA All-Stars Tour. Got the Boris Compact Touring Series, a lot of cars there, plus pole qualifying for Sunday's race, where it all culminates with 300 laps for the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour. Fans can get tickets, including that $50 3-day ticket, available at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.racing or on the website for the ASA Stars National Tour.
StarsNationalTour.com. Adam, looking forward to spending some time with you in Music City. It's going to be a great racing weekend, November 6th through 9 in Nashville. Thanks for your time again on the Bullring, Adam.
Thank you.
This is the Bullring presented by Turn 1 High Performance Steering Products. We'll be right back.
Better than a bootlegger. Way better than a bootlegger. It's pretty good. Very blueberry. Highly recommend this to anybody out there. It's pretty good. 10 out of 10 right there.
I think it's delicious. I had the peach, I had the grape at Five Flags. Trying the pina colada right now. Feels like I'm on the beach somewhere.
Calling all race fans. We have launched a new travel site where the race fans can enjoy free savings and upgrades on all of their travel needs. RacerTravel.com is free to join and unlocks unpublished bookings and rates for our racing community. Up to 50% off on more than 1 million rooms across the U.S. and Canada with unpublished discounts on hotel bookings. Unlock a hidden selection of hotels and rates that cater to your travel preferences. Whether you're heading out to the track as a competitor, fan, or anything in between, use Racer Travel for all your race, business, and vacation travel needs.
Located in Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, Atlantic Tilt Load is your trusted partner in specialized transportation across Canada and into the United States. With a fleet of tilt decks, boom trucks, lowboys, and tractor trailers, we handle oversized and long-haul freight with precision and care. Need it there fast? Our 24-hour hotshot service is standing by. Wide load? We've got certified vehicle escort services ready to roll. Atlantic Tilt Load, family roots, North American reach.
We get to meet other drivers, team members, and people come up to you in the pits and say thank you, and I'm glad you're here. And it's more positive than you've probably heard in a long time. We just want you to get out and understand that there are people who care. Our Safe 22 Motorsports program is made up of partnerships with many disciplines and experience to everyone. You might get to rents, you might not. What I can guarantee you're gonna do is not sit inside your own self-pity, and you're gonna have a good time.
Welcome back to the Bullring. Get your tickets now or watch it live on Racing America and Track TV. These are some great upcoming events. Take a look. Racing continues across America. We bring it to you on Racing America and Track TV. Great archives there as well to catch up on some great racing for the last several years, especially the Appalachian Sucker Punch ASA Stars National Tour that races the National in a couple weekends. This weekend, the World Crown 300. There's a lot of great racing yet to come. We want to thank our guests, Adam Mackey, Brenden Butterbean Queen, and Colin Allman for joining us on this show. I'm Jim Tretow. I'll see you at the Bullring real soon. The Bullring with executive producer and host Jim Tretow. Kurt Schrader, producer. Vincent Villarreal, video editor. Special thanks, Bob Sargent and Marty Mello at Track Enterprises. Colin Smith with Racing America and Tony Stevens. The Bullring is an exclusive presentation produced by Track Enterprises in conjunction with Racing America.